Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them.
Sometimes when we've been through a lot and we've had a lot of scars, it's hard to see ourselves as made in God's image. But having studied art history, there's actually paintings that have been made by famous painters like Da Vinci that they found recently and had to work for many years to clean up all of the gunk that had covered the surface of the painting. But because the gunk was there, it didn't make the painting any less a Da Vinci, any less a Michelangelo, any less the work of the great artist. And as you clean it up and reveal the incredible depth and beauty of what is in that picture, it's actually worth even more. So I think that we're kind of like those great paintings, that even though maybe sometimes our surface has been hurt and scarred by life, by sin, by choices, by trauma, that underneath we're still Da Vinci's. We're still works of the master artist, and our worth is not determined by what's on that outer dust and dirt that is collected over the years, but it's about what actually happened on the canvas when God first created us.
Oftentimes, we overlook that we are made in the image of God. I know for me, I have a personal dissonance where I know the theology of what I'm supposed to know, that I'm created in the image of God, that I have dominion. I display the glory of God. And just even saying that feels so wrong. God has crafted us in such a way to really worship Him by being who we are. Just like a tree doesn't have to be anything other than it is. It just gives God glory. I forget all the time. And what brings me to a state of peace is knowing that God not only believes in me as His creation, but that He believed in the goodness of His creation so much that He thought I was worth another tree, the cross, and His blood.
I think it's pretty cool seeing like the image of God and then kind of seeing yourself in it, like kind of looking yourself in the eye and saying like, dang, this is the image of God right here. So it's really empowering.
Like looking here and even like seeing my imperfections, like seeing the things like to work on, but realizing like just who I am right now. I'm loved by Jesus in every way, and I don't have to change. I can be who I am.
When I think about the image of God, I don't see it as just one thing, but I see it as being everyone. So it's overwhelming to think that I would be invited into something like that.
Like when we think of image of God, we never think of ourselves, but the first thing we always do is look ourselves in the mirror and never see that. It's cool.
The reality that I do bear the image of God, or God created me to bear His image. And so that's the first thing that comes to mind, is the gap between His truth and my perception.
I've not had the best week, and so I feel like God's been depositing joy into me. So looking at myself, looking at the words, image of God, I'm reminded